that of all the cultures in the history of the world and all the cultures that are in the world today, Western secular culture gives its members the fewest resources to handle suffering. And Schwetter says that people in our modern Western secular culture are much more traumatized by suffering than anyone ever has been. And he says because every other culture, including, I think, Christian or Jewish, but also Buddhist, karma, Hindu, whatever, every other culture says there's something beyond this life. Only secularism says all your happiness has to happen here. If you want love, get love here. If you want freedom, get freedom here. But what does that mean? You can't think too much about the future. You see, the modern person who says, well, all my happiness and meaning has to be found in this life, basically that person has to say, let's not think too much about the fact that someday everything that means anything to me is going to be stripped away. Every person I love is going to be taken away from me. Eventually, I'm going to be taken away from them. Freedom, everything that gives me joy or happiness is eventually going to be taken away from me. So let's not think too much about that. Paul's saying, yeah, well, some people can only get peace by not thinking too much about things. But Christians get their peace by thinking more about things. See, a Christian sits there and see, Paul is saying, are you having trouble with your with difficulty of life? Think. You're not thinking, you're not reasoning, you're not adding it up. Think. If Jesus is raised from the dead, and he is, and you believe in him, then the Lord of the universe is your Father, and that means your bad things will turn out for good. Your good things that you have now will never be taken away from you, and the best things are yet to come. And Paul says, think and think and think and add it up. They say, St. Teresa of Avila once said that the first hug and kiss from God, when you get into his presence in eternity, the first hug and kiss from God will be so powerful it'll make all of your miserable life look like one night in a bad hotel. And Paul says, think and add it up until the glory of it overwhelms you, and you'll be able to handle it. Or put it this way, the modern world will say, sit here in the midst of your joys and don't think too much about the coming sorrows. But Christianity empowers you to sit even in the midst of sorrows right now, tasting the coming joy.